very keen 3 years ago to put in place a programme that sort of represented quality within the sector. And we came together to understand what our members were doing in terms of the operations of the service department. So we were very concerned at the time that the variance in the offering was such that it might disappoint the guest, because simply they didn't know what they were coming to. So we felt that at that point it was really important to try and create something that allowed to promote at least an accreditation at the first stages. So that's really where we are. So the programme in essence is trying to create something that doesn't disappoint the guest and creates visibility for what the offering is all about. We've a small team of assessors, which is growing rapidly. So we're very keen for those assessors to experience as much of the product as they possibly can, from booking through to arrival, through stay in the apartment. So our assessors actually stay in apartments and experience the guest journey from arrival right through to departure. So every element of that process is compared statistically between one operator and another, and scored accordingly. So the best experience, for example, will score a 5, which is as high as it gets, and perhaps something that's not quite so optimistic might score perhaps a 1 or a 2. So it's really a benchmark, it's a score between it all. Now those scores are then compared, and it's much about the tangible element of the offering, so the quality of the mattresses, the flooring that's provided, the quality of the guest experience, housekeeping and cleanliness. And those scores are then sort of aggregated and plotted, so a graph format can be produced or is produced to compare the quality of the offering between one operator and another. It's interesting to say also that the programme encapsulates the internet review mechanism, so things like an internet rating or an in-house data capturing opportunity for guest feedback is also aggregated within the score. So it's not only the assessor's opinion that counts, but it's also the opinion of the guest that actually stays there. We're very clear, and this is an interesting one, there's a lot of work that's been done over the last few years in terms of defining the service department, and we recognise that the product is so varied. We've tread very cautiously in terms of defining what it should be, and we've really sort of relaxed our definition piece because the product is evolving by the day. We're very cautious about defining and closing the sector, excluding much of what is happening at the moment in terms of the very positive and the fantastic opportunities there are out there. But we're clear that a service department really offers more space than a conventional style hotel operation, and provides more flexibility for the guest, and really sort of defines what it is that customer wants and provides the product accordingly. So it's an interesting stance on things. We're really clear that we don't want to contain the product at this stage and restrict its growth because it's growing and evolving so quickly. The key to the programme is about identifying a realistic product and not over-committing and not sort of over-promising the product. So we're very clear that the programme that we've introduced really recognises what the client needs rather than what they might want. So this isn't a prediction. So for example, if an operator is providing a freezer, a washing machine, a dishwasher, and the average length of stay may be a couple of nights, maybe the guest doesn't need that. So this is about providing that information so the guest can make a valued decision in terms of where they need to stay and what they need. Very much of the same. I think that this is about visibility. There's a lot of assurance that people place on a third-party accreditation, most definitely. So this is an opinion of an operator. Having the Association of Service Department Providers accredit an offering provides that sort of assurance that this is a professional process that sort of goes into quite a lot of detail about compliance status, whether that be fire safety, whether that be health and safety, insurances and so forth, and that sort of met our pretty robust minimum standard provision. And of course this process is continuing to develop. As things are identified as being best practice, then we will write it into the programme. So the key is that we can get the message out there now to anybody that uses service departments to understand a bit more about the accreditation. So interesting times. We're some way into the operator program, so the agent accreditation is the next stage. We're very keen that this process is inclusive and that agents as well as operators have the opportunity to be endorsed for the quality of their product. Ultimately, the common theme through all of this is the consumer, and it's the guest now, whether they choose to book through an agent or book directly with the operator. The fact is that they still experience the service department product. So that will be in operation in the next few months, so we're working on the development of that now.